Let's come to the next one here. Here we just have an x squared. So how do we get an x squared? Well, we just have an x and an x. And now we can look over at negative 18. We want a negative 18. So to get negative 18, we'll need a positive times a negative. And we have a few options for getting negative 18. We could have 1 and negative 18. We can have 2 and 9. Or we can have 6 and 3. Now these we can do a little quicker, because how do we get this 7x? Well, we want a positive and a negative. To get a positive 7x, we need the larger number to be positive. So we could put an 18 and a 1. We could put a 9 and a 2, or a 6 and a 3. Now which of these will combine to give us 7? Well, a 9 and a negative 2 would give us the 7, so we can put a 9 here and a 2 here. Let's just check that to guarantee that we're right. We have x times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x plus 9x minus 18. These two combine to equal 7x. And so that is correct. So our answer for this one is x plus 9 times x minus 2. A couple more examples. First thing we're going to do here is see if there's any common factors. There are none. So what we'll do is we'll split this and we'll write our parentheses here. We have a few options to get 10. I'm going to try 5n and 2n. And then we have some options to get negative 21. We definitely need a positive and a negative. And we can have 1 and 21 and 3 and 7. I'll give you a hint. If it's a bigger number like 21, it's not usually the 1 times 21. It's usually the smaller factors. So let's just try 3 and 7. It doesn't matter which order. So we'll try a 3 here and a 7 here. So we know the 5n times the 2n will definitely give us 10n squared, and we know the 3 and the negative 7 will definitely give us negative 21. So let's check our other parts here. That would be negative 35n and plus 6n. Well, that combines to be negative 29, so that does not work. So let's go ahead and switch the 3 and the 7. So we'll put the 7 here and the 3 here and try this again. 5n times negative 3 is negative 15n, and 7 times 2n is 14n, and that gives negative n. So that doesn't work. I'm still pretty sure that it's going to be the 7 and the 3. So what I have to do now, I have another option for my first terms. I could use a 10n and a 1n. So now we're going to change the first n's to 10n and n, which will definitely give me the 10n squared. So now let's check this. Here I have negative 30n and a 7n, which does indeed give me negative 23n. So that's the correct solution. So it is 10n plus 7 times n minus 3. Looking at this last example here, we have a k squared minus 14k plus 48. I really like the ones that have a coefficient of 1 here. It makes it a lot simpler. We'll have a k here and a k here, which would give us the k squared. We have a positive 48 here, which means we can have a negative times a negative or a positive times a positive. The way that I determine is by looking at this one. If I have a negative 14k, so these two have to be negatives. And then I'm finding factors of 48 that will combine to be negative 14. And so, real quickly, 1 and 48, 2 and 24, 3 and 16, 4 and 12, 6 and 8 are our options to get 48. Well, which ones combine to be negative 14? Well, if we had a negative 6 and a negative 8, that would combine to be negative 14. And so that would be our answer Again, we can multiply out just to check. We have k times k is k squared. K times negative 8 is negative 8k. Negative 6k. And 48. These combine to be negative 14k, and that's what we wanted. So our answer is k minus 6 times k minus 8. And that is factoring trinomials in the form ax squared plus bx plus c.